it's never been adjusted.
Okay.
It's never been adjusted in 30
Hayden, welcome to Steele Ungar. What's on your mind? Hey, Hayden.
Oh, hey.
That's you, bud. What's up?
Oh, hey. I was just wondering, so you know that Trump, how he plans to overturn Roe v. Wade, right? I was wondering.
No, because he hasn't said that he plans that at all.
Oh, well,
that would be good news, but no, I haven't heard that.
I might disagree with that, but no, I don't think. Here's what he has said so far, Hayden. Basically, he got asked, the most direct response I've heard from him was on the 60 Minutes interview the other night, and he didn't say he was for it being overturned. He said, it'll be what it'll be. It'll take a long time, and if it does get overturned, it'll go back to the states. I have to tell you something. As a lawyer myself, I think the odds of Roe v. Wade, much to Rick Tyler's disappointment, of it being overturned are slim to none. Supreme Courts don't go backwards. It just doesn't really happen. He's obviously going to appoint a more conservative Supreme Court. It's going to be the same as
right,
it
and that's
was.
where that chatter has come from.
Yeah.
Is that if the left is saying, since Donald Trump gets to appoint Supreme Court nominees, including the current vacancy, and will probably, in all likelihood,
he'll get some more.
That they ring the alarm bell of, they're going after Roe v. Wade, but he has not said that.
No, he hasn't. And more,
I agree with you, it's unlikely.
Yeah, and what's more, you have to understand, the Supreme Court, once these people are appointed, everybody likes to think they're so highly politically charged. They really aren't.
No.
What you never hear about is 90% of the cases the Supreme Court hears, they agree unanimously on.
Yeah.
Both sides, the liberals and the conservatives.
You only hear about the split decisions.
You hear about the big split decisions, right? I can't tell you it's never going to happen. I would be just stunned if the Supreme Court in my lifetime reversed Roe v. Wade.
In the Washington, D.C. market, they play C-SPAN radio. They play C-SPAN on the radio. I don't know if they play that in other markets. But one of my favorite things to listen to if I'm in the car is Supreme Court arguments. I
like listening to them.
I just love them. I just think they're fascinating.
They are.
In fact, they played an old replay.
Especially Clarence Thomas, because he says such intelligent things.
Do you remember
Clarence Thomas, by the way, has never opened his mouth ever.
No, not once.
In
you'll never hear
history on the Supreme Court. All the other judges ask questions. They get into legal arguments that are pretty fascinating.
There's a rumor he doesn't like being on the Supreme Court, and that he may actually retire.
I've heard that too.
But they played the Loving case, which is now a movie.
Yes.
And I listened to that case, and it's just a fascinating article. And you realize how far we've come in such a...
See what you did, Hayden? You got lawyer geek.
But like I was going to say, do you really think it's a good idea to turn the power of abortion rights over to the states?
I would prefer it stay exactly as it is, mainly because the states, if it happened tomorrow, you would find states that would quickly allow it, and you find states that wouldn't. And if you are unfortunate enough to live in a state that wouldn't, it may cost you a great deal of money that you don't have to get to a state that does.
So every state has different abortion laws, right?
Yeah.
So to a degree, it already is with the states, because some states,
there's some truth
to they limit the types of abortion and the trimester that you can get them in, et cetera. So what you might see is a case that would rise to the Supreme Court that would change the aspect of a limitation on abortion, but I doubt that you'd see one that would overturn abortion, all of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't see it, Hayden. I really don't. I don't think we're going to.
I'd like to see it.
I don't think we're going to face that issue. I really, really don't. Same thing, by the way, with gay marriage. I cannot envision a Supreme Court coming together that would take that step backwards.
And that doesn't seem to be on his agenda.
It's definitely not on the president's agenda.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be as concerned about it as I thought he'd be.
But, you have to remember, too, everybody makes such a big fuss out of the president's court agenda. All the president can do is appoint the kind of judges to hear cases. That agenda, then, does not come from the president.
Yeah, we can argue about Warren Burger, and I thought Warren Burger was a terrible court, but he was appointed by a Republican.
Yeah, right? And not only that, the president doesn't say, okay, I've now got a conservative court. Let's bring that Roe v. Wade case I've been wanting to bring.
Doesn't happen that
That's not how it works.
Right.
It's got to come from an actual case.
Yep.
The Supreme Court has to agree to hear it, and they have to be willing to destroy settled law. That is a lot.
Yeah, it's a process.
It rarely happens.
Yep. and it's good. It's a good process.
Appreciate the conversation on it, Hayden. Great call.
All right, thanks.
You have a great night. Let's grab Cliff.